Hi guys, how you doing? It's Mark James here, Man in the Hat. How are you? All right. Welcome to my music school. This is JNX Productions Music School in Tisbury, near Salisbury on the Wiltshire-Dorset border. And this is my teaching room. This is my office, and this is where I take all my private lessons, along with about 8 other teachers that work here as well. But anyway, I'm not here to talk to you today about the music school. What I'm here to do today is to tell you a bit about a new workshop that I'm going to be touring the UK with, and it's called the ABCs of Singing. So if you've got a choir, if you've got a theatre group, if you've got a school, if you've got anything at all basically that involves singing, this may be something that you would be interested in. So just have a bit of a listen if you like and see what you think. So the ABCs of Singing is basically my own process. It's how I teach my students, and it's based on all the studies that I've done over the years of being a singing teacher, on how to sing not only healthily, but also effectively as well. So it's designed basically for those people that maybe have never had singing lessons but wanted to, but never been really able to afford it or haven't been able to get the time. For those people who have had 3 or 4 singing lessons and don't quite understand why there's so much conflicting information. It's for people that are just getting into it, or want to get into singing and don't quite understand. It's also for those people as well that turn around and say, I can't sing, because there's not anyone yet that I've met that can't actually sing. There are people that I know that have to work on it a lot more, and there are a lot of people I know that have had to be stripped right back to the basics, and we've had to do really, really, really boring exercises all the time, but it still gets there in the end. So anyway, the ABCs of Singing, the reason I call it the ABCs of Singing is because it's based on the principle of when you read. When you start to read, when you're a baby and you start to read, nobody gives you Harry Potter and goes, there you go and read it, because you wouldn't understand at all. What happens is you start off with your ABCs. Once you've gone from ABC, you go to dog, cat, rat, all these sorts of things. And then you start building smaller sentences up. Then you start building, and then you may go to Jennifer Red Hat was when I was at school. And then it goes over then to bigger books. And then you do eventually get to Harry Potter. Well, it's the same thing with singing. There's a lot of processes in singing that people don't understand or know about. And there's also a lot of things out there that people have been told, and they teach it again, but they don't actually understand why they're teaching it or how they're teaching it. Now, this is going to be a controversial one for you, okay? A lot of people, when you go around, will say, sing from your diaphragm or push from your diaphragm. Now, just take a second and ask yourself how you do that. And ask yourself where the diaphragm is as well. Any ideas? No. You see, now, the truth is, the honest truth, you cannot sing from your diaphragm, and you can't push from your diaphragm as well. Your diaphragm is actually tucked up underneath your ribs. You do have one. It's tucked up underneath your ribs. You can't see it and you can't feel it, and you actually cannot move it yourself either. Okay, and it does do something with the lungs. Basically, it's what pulls the suction of the lungs open and then pushes it back. The thing is, it's an involuntary action. It's like your heartbeat. For me to say, sing from your diaphragm, is like me saying, slow down your heartbeat to 60 beats a minute now. You can't do it because the heart beats itself. Now, there are ways that you could influence your heartbeat. You could put yourself in a nice dark room, you could put candles on, you could listen to calming music, you can lie down, and that would bring it down, but you wouldn't be able to switch it just like that. It's the same sort of thing with the diaphragm. Your diaphragm does have an action when you're singing, but what we have to do is use things to influence where it moves to. And in actual fact, when I do this teaching, I don't talk about diaphragm. I don't talk about it huge amounts. I talk about other areas as well. A lot of people may think that the diaphragm is down here. You might have been told if I get up, just about there. Okay. Well, that's miles away from where it is. It's up this side here. Okay. And in actual fact, what you're using when you're down there is your pelvic floor muscles. But these are the type of things that I want to talk to you about within the workshop. So the design of the workshop is basically to help you understand not only how but why you sing like you do and how you sing healthily to keep your voice going. Now, we've all had those times, if you've been on stage before, when you're starting out and you want to get your voice projected to the back of the room, and then by night 3 or 4, you're really struggling. But the thing is, how do people do that on the West End when they're doing 8 performances a week? They get 1 day off, some days they're singing twice a day, and they're still able to do it. It's because they know how to sing properly. They know what they're doing with their voice. They don't kill it. And that's the type of thing that I want to show you. So the ABCs of singing are split down into 3 sections. So your A is your posture. It's how you stand, it's how you hold yourself when you sing. The B is your breathing. And that is obviously how you take the air in, where you take the air into, and how it affects your voice when it comes out. And then C is noise, or hopefully singing as we go through. And that's all about how it comes out, where the placement is. We talk about resonance and all sorts. So I've split each section down into a nice 3 easy to understand areas. And like I say, it's the how and the why of why we do it. Like I say, it's based on all the teaching that I've done. I've got both qualifications in singing, teaching, as well as singing and performing. And the getting quite geeky with singing technique is something that I quite enjoy, and understanding why it works like that. So we talk a bit about your vocal cords and about CT muscles and TA muscles and all this sort of stuff. So it's quite a good way of being able to understand your voice. It's a day's course, and it's for groups of a minimum of 20. So if you've got a group, maybe that's less than that, maybe you could join up with some other people or invite other people in. I don't mind that one at all. And there's also the opportunity as well to have a second day with just individual one-to-one lessons with me. If you are interested in that side of it as well, we can do that the day after. Or possibly in the evening, depending on how far you are and on where we go. So for pricing and stuff like that, if you get in contact, you can get in contact through the website, which is www.maninthehat.rocks, which is me there. maninthehat.rocks. I love that website. I love that address. So that's the website address. Or you can contact me through Facebook, which is Mark James Official, and there's also Twitter, which is Mark James Author. Or also, obviously, the music school, JNX Productions Music School. If you put that into Google, we'll come up with all those sorts of things from there. So that's a bit about what I'm going to be doing. That's a bit about where we're going to go. Like I say, it's available to anyone in the UK. So I'm going to travel anywhere over the UK that we need to go. We can go from there. So if there's any other questions, by all means, just ping them over to me, and I'll put a link, or I'll put the web address down there that you can go to. So just there. Hopefully now it should magically appear. And once you've done that, then we'll hopefully see you very, very soon. So thanks a lot, guys, and I shall see you later. Ta-da, bye.